Oh.
Let it out, brother. Let it out.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's KillJadis907, and I am a grumpy Raider fan. Welcome to another edition of the Sin City 7 stream. I have here with me a man that is unlike any other man because he can go and marry a Broncos fan and make her turn to the dark side. We got Raider Tyrone and his lovely wife, Miss Ebony, who's also in the background. She's waiting for her Broncos to start playing too. How are you guys doing today?
We doing lovely. You doing lovely. Hey, the Broncos, the game started. They handling business, man. I know they feel they should have did that last week.
Well, that's just our luck right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much. I ain't get my hopes up against the
Yeah.
Bills.
All right. Well, for any of those who are wondering, the Sin City 7 is a group of individuals of like-minded fans who decided to come together, hang out, and talk some Raider football every now and then. And we decide, why not? Let's share it with the entire internet and put it onto YouTube. So, we are not like any other fan base, or should I say fan group, I should say, for the Raiders. We do not take a lighter journey into the dark side. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We just like to say it how it is. We're pure dark side. We're going to call a spade, a heart a heart, a diamond, and a club. And not only that, but we respect each other's opinions, unlike some other Raider fans who will either question your fandom because you think a certain way, or they will call you ignorant because apparently they think that they know football more than the other. We're not like that. We actually treat people with respect. We treat each other with respect. We respect each other's opinions. And that's all we can say. So, Raider Roan is here with us. But that's not all that is part of the Sin City 7. You also have, including myself, that's 2 members. So you got Aaron the Q Dog Raider. You have the ever elusive Sugar Shane. You got Johnny up in Vegas. You also have Tida Raider. And, of course, you also got, who am I missing here? Missing one other
Raider
person.
Ramon, baby.
Raider Ramon. Ay. So, let me go ahead and share the screen and so we can get to business here. Oh, man.
Mr. Roo.
Oh, I completely forgot about Raider Roo. The Raider Roo is the other one. I'm always forgetting one person, so that's why I end up just having someone else say who we have. So obviously, guys, we came off a nice victory here against the Broncos. We thought that we pretty much had it to where this could be a good season. Well, unfortunately for us, that is not the case, because the final score of this game, Raiders 10, Buffalo Bills 8, Raiders lose. We are now 1-1 in the season. Pretty much you know, the we all thought that there was blood in the water when it came to the Buffalo Bills. I like to say that we all thought the Buffalo Bills were not the same as they were last year. Well, they definitely proved us wrong by stomping us into a mud hole. Their defense was lights out. That what this weak defense, quote unquote weak defense that they had, was apparently not the weak defense that we all thought, because they stuffed us on several occasions. Not only that, but their passing game was out of this world. And so, Tyrone, can you give your thoughts about this game real quick?
Well, I love to get some thoughts on it. I haven't watched any highlights yet. We still whoop. We just coming off a week long cruise in the Eastern Caribbean, and yeah, I caught myself trying to take a quick nap this morning, and by the time I woke up, I woke up just in time enough to see uh Devontae walking off the field because of some hit he got. Zamir had the ball, fumbled it right when we was in the red zone, and the Bills took it back down about 47 yards to just run the clock out. So that's what I woke up to. Yeah, it's from what I can feel, like last week it was pretty sloppy. When I got back off the ship and watched highlights from that, I can. There's a difference between losing and playing bad. We played horrible these past 2 weeks. It just we didn't look up and get the win like we did last week one, and this some got to be done, man. This we can't play like this, and expect to have a decent record. I myself, I figure we'd get 9 games, but nah, not like this. If
Mm-hmm.
the line can't open up so we can have a running game, and the defense is so horrific. I mean, this the reason during the draft everybody was getting upset every time we picked an offensive player, because that ain't the problem. We need help on defense. We should have picked about 2, 3 defensive tackles and a couple of linebackers, and at least in free agency got some talent while I was out there. It's like the front office is so focused on the offensive side, they didn't fix what the real problem was last year. It was losing leads by double digits because
I
we couldn't hold the other team stop.
Yep, I'm in perfect agreement with you on that one. I mean, I me being personally being defensive minded, I completely agree with you that there should have been more focus on defense. Because sure enough, I mean, some team that has a high powered offense like the Bills was able to shred us in no time flat. I mean, yeah, we gave them a couple of stops. Yeah, sure, we definitely stopped them. At one point, they had a turnover on downs at our freaking 1 yard line, but it didn't make a difference because sure enough, we were 3 and out, and the defense was right back onto the field, and they immediately marched down and scored a touchdown. I tell you, I have to say it was they did not. The only reason why I'm grumpy is the way is how they lost, because I already figured last week that they were going to lose. I didn't expect them to lose by this much.
In
Which
layman terms, an ass whooping.
yes, yes, we got the Buffalo Bills threw us down that freaking pit and told us to put the lotion on the skin or it gets the hose again, and we definitely got the hose several times. Let's let's face it. Facts are facts. We got our butts kicked, and that was a good
Yeah.
wake. And that was definitely a good wake up call for the Raiders. and for Raider Nation to go, hey, this. Let's pump the brakes. Let's put the Super Bowl parade on hold for just a second. But anyways, let me go ahead and get down to some can't speak statistics. There we go. So for statistics, I go ahead and we compare the two teams, and then we go into individual stats for it. And so here we are, and again, this is definitely a butt whipping. The Bills have a total of 450 yards, while we have 240. Passing yards, the Bills eclipsed us with 267 compared to 185. The Bills completely destroy us with 183 rushing yards compared to 55 yards for rushing for the Raiders. Let's go ahead and give a hand to the Raiders. At least that we beat them out on something, which is yards per play with 6.2 yards compared to 6.1 for the Bills. Turnovers, though, here we go again. 2 interceptions, 1 fumble for the Raiders compared to 0 turnovers for the Bills. Time of possession. Time of possession, here we go. 40 minutes and 4 seconds for the Bills compared to 19 minutes and 56 seconds for the Raiders.
Double.
That is horrendous. And leading and ending that, you have 4 penalties on the Bills compared to 2 penalties on the Raiders. Whoop-de-doo. At least we beat them out in penalties and yards per play. But still, this was an entire just, again, this is a whipping of the keister. And this is quite frankly embarrassing.
Very. And I don't like that excuse. I'm tired of hearing that we can't play on the East Coast. Man, football ain't nothing new. You know, you got to get there 2-3 days early and start practicing at the right time to get your mind and body right and get over that jet lag. Do what you're supposed to do. But
Hell,
I'm tired of that. We done turned it into a superstition. We can't play on the East Coast.
Go for an entire week or something like that. Something. Anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that. Right after the Denver game, we should have flew out to wherever in part of New York the Buffalo plays at, checked into a hotel room and started practicing where their mind, body, and spirit would have been ready for an early game.
Yeah, I am like, this is absolutely ridiculous that you're gonna show up to do a football game one day or whatever ahead of the game because of jet lag reasons. Jet lag hits people differently. There's some people jet lag hits immediately after they land. Some people it takes a while for them to do it. Not only that, sometimes it takes a while for jet lag to go away. So why not just go for about a week? You're already on the road. You might as well say goodbye to your to your family and friends. Say, hey, I'm on a freaking business trip. That business trip is going to Denver and then going to Buffalo. There is no excuses. And this entire thing about us not being good on East Coast, we've dealt with it. The entire existence of the Raiders has had to deal with it. Why can't we just do that? That makes no sense whatsoever. Speaking of which, we have a dog in the midst of us. And this, I'm pretty sure this dog at one point said, the dog that puts the lotion on the skin is a Buffalo Bill. So, Aaron the Q Dog Raider, how you doing?
Man, I'm not so bummed out behind this piss poor effort that we watched today. And for those of you who couldn't watch the whole game, consider yourselves lucky. if you had other things to do today, if you had chores, if you had honeydews, hey, there's no
that
better thing than having to sit through
honeydew list.
man. Who that is, man? Is that my player, my partner, my traveling man from
Yes,
the
sir.
Mississippi?
And his lovely
And
lady
now.
in the background.
So it looks like you guys are going through some stats, man. Don't let me interrupt, man. Where were you at?
Oh, we're here. I'm showing you right here. What are you thinking about these stats besides besides the scoreboard saying it's a total butt whipping? And now
Yep.
we have it here. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, the fact that that this whole superstition of we can't play the East Coast teams in the East Coast, baloney. And by the way, what's today's sponsor, Aaron?
Today's ass whooping has been brought to you by Salsa and Yeho, a very, very inexpensive but well crafted tequila, 100% agave, and it is the cure that ails whenever you have to soothe your nerves after a piss poor loss.
Mm-hmm.
Back to you, Kiliatis.
Oh, I think we all need a couple of shots of that.
For
All right.
sure.
Yeah. So you got that. Let's go ahead and move on to the individual stats, which doesn't get any better, anyways. Here on offense, we have Jimmy Garoppolo leading the way for passing, 16 for 24, 185 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Leading for rushing, that's a typo. The leader for rushing is actually Turner. It's Turner who leads rushing with 1 attempt for 34 yards, 34-yard average with no touchdown, because Josh Jacobs had a total of 9 touches for -2 yards.
Yeah, that's subpar. And I think Ray DeRue, he had the best best post in the chat talking about I'm paraphrasing. He said, when you spend the whole off season basically uh, pouting about a contract, it definitely shows on the field when you rejoin the team 3 days before kickoff last week. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this defense was severely gashed last week by the JETS, who gives a damn. And we can't muster with our all supposed world running back. He can get positive yardage. I mean, throughout the whole game, just absolutely inexcusable.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrone, what you think, homie?
Brother Q, not that I'm a judgment against needs, but we're looking at yours.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so
Yeah.
some people pay good money for those foot shots.
Yeah, you're looking comfortable laid up. Yeah. The camera's on your knees, not your face.
Oh man,
Yeah.
hold on.
Somebody out there is like, man, look at that skin's all smooth, moisturized.
Oh yeah,
Bro, at
you
least
got
I'm
us
not
mixed up
ashy. Thank
with
God.
your OnlyFans page.
This is a Sensei 7 After Hours edition. When the alcohol's poured too much and it's hitting different.
Nah, I kind of did it on purpose. I hit my little reversal camera, but I can't see anything. But evidently, I definitely put it out there for those inquiring minds who might want to know. Yes,
Hey,
I do have long legs. Yes, I do have a brand on my leg, and I do have my silver and black Adidas faux Crocs. But
mm-hmm.
legs ain't ashy, homie. Kung
they
Fu
ain't,
Panda.
baby.
None. This
Shout out
crisp,
to petroleum jelly, man.
crisp and clean, baby.
Yeah, but the thing with Josh, I think Josh, yeah, the lack of off season training is gonna hurt Josh for a little bit. I'm gonna give him a few weeks to find his groove, but it ain't just on him, man. That front five, they're not opening any holes. They're not giving him any lanes to to do what he do. You know, I'm more disappointed in this Zeus dude who we've been waiting on for the last couple of seasons to show up. You know, just because he came from the champion winning Georgia Bulldog, you know, he ain't showed me nothing yet, man. I'm about already ready to replace this guy.
And
I'm with you on that.
I'm in complete agreement with you. I mean, honestly, even if Josh Jacobs is a little rusty and shaking the rust off because he decided to throw a little tantrum about how much he is getting paid for in the offseason, you still have the old lineman who was training the entire time to get stronger, to get better, and you still couldn't hit any holes for him. That is unexcusable.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the fact that
Oh, man.
that again, one of those interceptions that was caused by that Jimmy Garoppolo threw was because the entire pocket collapsed and he had to run off his freaking back foot and try to make a pass.
Yeah.
Granted, Jimmy should have thrown it better, but still, O line, you gotta freaking do better. You just gotta do better.
Yeah. Especially with, Garoppolo, it's like everybody on pins and needles waiting for that hit that's gonna take him out for the rest of the season. It's like it's not like a if, it's a when it's gonna happen. We don't need it in the first half of the season. At least give us about 9, 10 games. As far as you can go.
Yep.
Cause we already did we get a scare last week? I think I heard
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
somebody said they
He was
took him
out. He
out
was
for
out for
two.
one play last week, and then this week. I mean, here's what happened. We were up 7-0. I finally got home. The wife wanted to go to Sam, so you can't really fight that tide. So I rolled with it, man. Got back in. We were up 7-0. So I go in there. I put a few groceries away. I start, Sunday dinner, and then I come back in here, and they're showing a replay of our quarterback bouncing a ball off a D lineman and getting it intercepted, and it was a short field, and then it was 7-7. Then something else stupid happened. It was 14-7. And then at that point, it was almost like it was an insurmountable lead, man. We were down 7 on the road in the early game in the Eastern time zone, and I knew it was over. I just knew it was over. I wasn't going back and forth much in the chat. Y'all weren't going back and forth much. I mean, Rue piped in, but after he had encapsulated what the game was and would be, what nothing else needed to be said. Them boys didn't show up. They just didn't show up.
hmm Now
Yep.
let me ask you, I was asleep, so I didn't I
Well,
didn't see none of the game except for the last 2 minutes. Well, I was just going by what I heard some of the commentators talking. I'm guessing Jacoby Myers didn't play.
nope. He was out due to concussion protocol.
Okay, and
Yeah, he
now
was.
and now Devontae might be in the same boat.
With speaking of that, Devontae Adams led the way here for receiving 6 receptions, 84 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Respectable.
So, Devontae had plenty of times to be targeted and everything, but I don't. Again, I can't. I failed to see one thing here. If I can go get to the box score here, so I can pull up some more stats.
Hey man, why you
Hunter
doing it?
Renfro
Okay.
only targeted once.
Well,
Wow.
at least he wasn't on the back of a milk carton. He was not missing. He was actually on the field. He got a stat. Hooray for him.
Yeah.
I can't believe we extended this cat, and he's shown only a fraction of the production he did as a rookie. I mean,
This
think about this for a second.
Okay, but let me ask this: on Hunter's defense, is that on him or play calling? Because he got 13 snaps last week, but no target. They never even threw to him.
Well, I would say that he didn't get open. If you're the slot receiver And the two outside receivers, the X and the Z, are getting open and they're getting the ball with frequency last week. And you're the wide receiver and you don't get a look, nor did the uh, second round tight end get a look either. There was no need to go short or intermediate. We were eating that ass up there in Mile High City. So that's what I chalk that up to. So man, if we're looking at it this way, both him and Mayer got like one reception. If they can't give you no more than that, and they're the checkdowns, shit, we in trouble.
Because if you look at it, Devontae Adams had 6. Josh Jacobs was the next one. He had 5. After that, Austin Hooper with 2, and then the rest is Hunter Renfro, Abdullah, and Mayer with 1. Apparently, Carter and Trey Tucker got targeted, but they at least once, but they both didn't catch it.
Now, let me put this on you guys' minds because you guys are pretty savvy. Last year, we were scratching our heads continually. We got a new coach, but we couldn't figure out why we were losing games that were winnable or competing games where we could at least had a decent showing.
With
And
the
it,
Venture X
to
card
me,
from
seemed
Capital
like
One,
it
you earn
reared
2
its head
times miles
again.
on every purchase.
That he wasn't even trying to compete. So it was almost like this was a throwaway game to our coaching staff, mainly our HC. They didn't give a shit. I think they're more focused on the home opener against Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh going to be limping in to Allegiant Field because they're going to get their ass wrecked tonight. And they're going to get it wrecked thoroughly because they're going to get pounded by that defense and their receiving core is trash. And to hear my Steelers that gravitate around me, they are very disappointed in their offensive coordinator. So I think that they just wanted to get out of Buffalo with as few injuries as possible and throw the kitchen sink at the Steelers. What y'all think? Because it definitely looks like that bullshit he did last year, picking and choosing when he was going to go ahead and compete. Can't stand the guy.
Yeah, and we know that get ready because the stand is going to be no less than 75% black and yellow. Them seats, those guys, they travel, and you know everybody got us suckers on their calendar as a destination spot. So the Death Star is gonna be full of B colors. Man, I'm hoping Devontae ain't on concussion protocol because that's gonna be ugly if we missing our number 1 and number 2 wide receiver. You know, our main go-to running back still trying to shake the rust off.
Yeah, he
Nobody
is.
behind him is even close to his talent. I mean, yeah, I understand a lot of people are mad about Josh trying to get his money, but the drop off from him to whoever behind him is incredible. I'm talking about all those guys behind him together is still nowhere in his league.
What I think they need to do, bro, and you on to something, man. I think the Zeus experiment has blown up. I mean, Chris Warren is twice the running back today than Zeus is. So if we could just get
Oh,
Abdullah to be the third down back, I just say let's roll out JJ and Abdullah and call it a season, man. Let's just roll with them too, man.
Well,
yeah.
for stats for this game, Zamir White had 4 carries and 22 yards.
And a fumble.
Yep, but he did have that one fumble.
That Turner will erase all the little positive stats you got. I'm talking about in the red zone. I'm waking up and I'm like, okay, at least we're about to score. And the first play I see, he putting the ball on the ground. It wasn't even like he got tagged. He just holding the
Gave that
ball out
answer.
there like a bro for bread. Yeah, and the dude just put his helmet on the ball and boop, there you go. Man, put 2 arms, wrap that ball around like you protecting a baby, and just bulldoze in. He hasn't shown anything yet.
Yeah, Zeus, he ain't running against what is that, Samford? He ain't running against Vandy. He ain't running against Kentucky. I mean, he ain't running against, Tennessee late in season when they all beat up. Man, you in the NFL, man. So I'm taking Big Eraser and them Georgia stats. Man, they was padded because he was running behind uh, an all-time line, man. This
Yeah.
dude, he ain't bringing it, man. He ain't bringing it, man. Goodbye. Wait, when is his contract up? He's in year 2, so he's only got one more season with us. Win, lose, or draw anyway, man. Then we need to send his ass to Atlanta or something. Bye. Holla at you.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hey,
all
man.
rookies need all rookies don't get like a four
Hmm.
year.
Bro, I don't
Something.
know. I just wish whatever ship you came off of, you needed to put his ass on it, and he needed to set sail. I'm glad you back. He need to take his ass on the water. Bye,
Mm-hmm.
Zeus. Do that.
I give him maybe. I'm gonna have to give him another year because again, I'll give him another year. But if he because again, I'm gonna be nice. I'll let you have another year. But if you can't produce the same numbers that Josh Jacobs was back in the day,
Yeah.
you're in trouble.
Maybe it's not even the same numbers. Give me something.
Yeah.
You know, show you're decent enough to handle the ball. If Josh needs to sit down and catch his breath, we can depend on you to every now and then get a big run play. You know, you need to be good for 20, 30 yards. You know, when we need a break, if the ball is close and we need if we need 3 or 4 yards, we need to be able to count on you to get that first down. He's a big guy. I thought we got him to be that bowling ball to bust through and just get us a fresh set of downs. Then we get the main guy back out there again. And I hear you on that. Another year only because this is his second. So if you're not showing any progress by next year, yeah, we need to get rid of him some type of way. While Brandon Bolden is still on the roster, I don't know. I don't like all that. Oh, he's good for special teams talk. Oh man, F all that. You wasting the roster spot. We could have anything else we need better, specifically defense. There's no reason we got 4 running backs and a fullback, and we need as much help on defense as possible.
A great, great way of
Great point.
turning into this because after all, the Buffalo Bills defense showed up with 2 interceptions on Jimmy Garoppolo and 1 fumble recovery against Zamir White. Meanwhile, our defense, if you look closely, 0 turnovers at all, 2 sacks and 1 by Diablo, 1 by Spillane, 2 tackles from Rochelle and Epps, which gives a total of 4. A very piss poor performance on defense. Your thoughts on the defense, guys? Well,
Yeah,
speaking
pretty
of,
much like Zamir. I'm waiting on what's that safety we hot? The guy real light hyped up Maury.
Trayvon Mills.
We're waiting on that Maury kid to show what all the hype was about him. I'm not as big into college like you guys, so I don't know what he did wherever he came from.
TCU.
I was never on that Marcus Peters train. I don't care. You grew up liking the Raiders. You never played for us. You spent your whole career on another team, and then once you start falling down, now you bounce from team to team. That. Oh, I don't think he has any more gas in the tank. And why we seem to always get these players at the ass end of their career, talking about, yeah, I always love the Raiders and I want to play for them. Now they get on here, you in this state tax free. Now you getting your money. So really, nah,
if you
I've never been on the Marcus Peters train, man.
if you
It
always
seems like every year we do this.
if you always loved the Raiders and you wanted to play with them, why not just go be a Raider? Like forget the bag, and go and play for the Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Mm-hmm.
bag will come. Show your ass and the bag will come.
But it seems
Remember,
like every
remember,
establishment we get to start leading us do the same thing. They get this used to be good player, Marcus Peters this time. The other time it was Corey Littleton. Before that it was LaMarcus Joyner. We always get this, yeah, they were
Marshawn
good
Lynch,
a few years ago, but we get them we looking at stats
Reggie
they
Nelson.
did 4 or 5 seasons ago, like just because they put on silver and black, they gonna be that player again. No, we got to stop that. I understand having a veteran back there, but there's a difference between a veteran and a has been, and we keep getting has been.
Mm, preach,
Mm-hmm.
preach.
But either way, guys, this is absolutely ridiculous that our defense is still not there. I I've just had enough. I want to see a top 10 defense on this freaking team. And
Yeah,
if one coach is
Amen.
not able to give that to me, then we need to get another coach. If the player is not what we need to have, cut him and get another player that can step up and give me my top 10 defense. But then again, I'm
Now,
just
see, with that, I agree, and I almost felt like that's where they were leaning because that was just 2 years ago when they did draft the two DTs. One they cut, where
oh
is he
yeah,
with the 49ers? No, he's with Kansas City, and the other one is on the practice squad. These two rookies that we just drafted. So when they
right,
did
right.
that, I figured they was in that mentality, like, okay, if you're not doing the job, you're gone. But they got the. We need better scouts at talent for one. Because Bilal Nichols ain't did nothing since we picked him up from Chicago. I thought Jerry Tillery, when he, showed a little flair last year, I was glad we was able to bring him back. But other than that, who we got in the DT section, man, we have nobody.
mm-hmm.
Nah, man, we ain't got nobody, bro. I saw my legs, man, so I see what y'all was looking at, man. It's funny and shit.
Yeah, and Ebony wants
Hey,
a comment though. She says that's when you need to call the wifey and say, "Hey, baby, fix this for me."
Absolutely, man.
All right, so let's go ahead and we'll close this meeting out, and then we'll redo a new meeting, and we'll keep on going with this stream. So hold on just a second. We're gonna do a quick break.
yes, sir.
Looks like we're live.
In there like booty hair.
That's right. Oh, man. Jerome in this season 4, man. Love
Stay that way. Got to, man. Got to. Yeah, man. Like I was telling Grumpy earlier. Yeah, I expected to lose. Went down to the casino. Hey, that's the only thing keeping a little smile on my face. Is I picked our first win to be the Broncos. I picked our first loss to be the Bills. So, yeah, I can go and collect me a little gas money in them 2 games.
And I'm with you, man. I ain't even tripping, man, because you make a good point. Um, just put it behind us, man. Let's focus on the Steelers. Let's hope they get their ass wrecked, and then we just go ahead and finish the job next week.
Almost bright light. Yes, a crucial.
Now there,
background,
someone's talk about faded.
Tyrone was my guardian angel, man. I was there time traffic. I was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's the definition of I got your back. Yeah. The wife just said she's glad you flipped the camera around off your legs and got the grill on her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what had you been sipping on that day? I couldn't remember. I think I was trying the Woodson whiskey for the first time, so I was sipping on that.
I bought all that tequila from Texas. They couldn't get up there in Murphy.
Yeah.
And, I had overtrained fit.
1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Well, finishing off our stats though, we have kicking with Carlson. At least for punting and kicking, we doing good. With Carlson going 1 for 1 for his field goal, that's 47 yards. He was 1 for 1 for his extra points, which gives a total of 4 points. Punting, AJ Cole had 3 punts, 49.7 yard average. 2 of those punts were inside the 20, and I like that. I like that. As long as they'll being 53 yards. We actually did have a kick return this time instead of last week, which is Carter. He did 1 return for 23 yards.
Okay.
So
okay. Yeah.
at least special teams was doing something. But
the only thing well, that's just my deep feelings about that is I love Carlson. I ain't gonna lie. He's the second coming of Seabass.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when I see he only got the 1, now you mean to tell me we had already seen this guy practice and hit what it was, a 63, 64 yarder?
Mm-hmm.
So you tell me he got 1 field goal, all I see is we didn't even get close enough in his range. I feel like if we can at least get past the 40, 3 points is going up. That's an automatic.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't lying about that. All right, guys, it is time for, well, what should be our favorite portion of this entire thing, but apparently it's not going to be. It is the turd sandwich versus the bacon praise burger. Well, obviously, Aaron the Q Dog and I, we did this last week. So now we got Tyrone Graves that gets to do it with us. Yeah. So obviously, today, what are you gonna choose a bacon praise burger, or are you gonna choose a turd sandwich?
You talking about the game in whole?
Yeah, the game in a whole.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is definitely a turd sandwich, man. Even if I didn't even get to see it, just looking at the final score, 10-38. Hearing we had 3 turnovers, with Jacoby out on concussion protocol, Devontae might be out his damn self. For some reason, we still not using Hunter. The mirror ain't showing shit. Josh ain't breaking out. Is the one little positive ray we supposed to have about this team is the offense supposed to be dominating. I feel we ain't too far from what last year was. We should be a pick your poison on the offensive side.
Mm-hmm.
Defense is still totally disappointing. I'm borderline depression with them right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this was definitely a shit sandwich. Like I told you earlier, it's not the loss. I can handle a loss. If it was 38-30 or 38-34, something like that, the loss cool. An ass whooping, that's a total different thing, man.
It's how we lost.
It's how we lost. We lost horrible. And playing last week sloppy and just having to get a win is not sparking confidence.
Mm-hmm.
With
Aaron,
a rival game coming up for our first home.
What you going with?
I'm gonna go with the compliment burger.
Mm.
I think we got off the plane. Everybody was accounted for. Everyone got dressed timely, and we took the field. Then we shit the bed for at least 52 of those 60 minutes that we played, and then everyone got dressed. Uh, they did their media obligations, and we got back on the plane. There
Mm-hmm.
it is.
All right. Well,
What's funny is the most thing I heard a lot of people talking about. Well, it's not going to be cold.
Yeah, I know, right?
Man,
Just
come on.
all our stats. All our stats were cold, ice cold.
obviously, I am also going to choose the turd sandwich because we lost. So, for those who are asking what are we talking about when it comes to a praise burger, bacon praise burger, stuff like or turd sandwich and whatnot. For those who have been in the workforce long enough, probably have seen this kind of thing before compared to Aaron the Q Dog Raider and I. So a praise burger is when you want to use it to change someone's performance. So let's just say you have a coworker that is doing something wrong. Maybe instead of doing something within safety standards, they're doing things being reckless and whatnot. Instead of throwing someone in a pit and telling them that they should put the lotion on the skin or they get the hose again, maybe you should probably give them a praise burger instead. And what a praise burger is you list positive praise on what the person is doing right. Then you give them constructive criticism on what they can do better with their behavior, and then you finish it with positive praise. Obviously, Aaron the Q Dog Raider decided to choose a bacon praise burger. Tyrone and I, on the other hand, we chose a turd sandwich. A turd sandwich is the opposite of a praise burger. So we are going to give criticism, then some praise, and then followed by criticism. So I'll go first since I've done this many times. Guys, Raiders. You guys need to get your O-line fixed up. We need to win the Battle of the Trenches. If you don't win the Battle of the Trenches, this is what happens. Jimmy Garoppolo gets rushed. He makes stupid throws. You get 2 interceptions. Not only that, but your star running back gets negative yards instead of positive for the former rusher of the year. Win the battle in the trenches. Get tough. Get strong. Bulldoze those freaking defensive linemen. You guys can do it. I believe in you. Get good. Now for some praise. Guys, luckily this is just one loss. This is a time for us to shake it off, realize that you are not indestructible, and we can push forward from there. Finishing it off, though, Defense. Do something next week. You guys were horrible on your coverages. You guys gave away a really crucial pass interference play. Not only that, but when you had them backed up, you did the same thing that you guys always did and give away a big lead, causing a first down. Get better. And with that,
Get better.
Now, with the more experienced Q Dog, what do you have for us with your praise burger? Since you decided to go with the positive.
Praise burger, but I did a prelude to a praise burger.
Ah.
So let me back it on up.
Okay.
And I would say that we came out strong. I think the initial script paid off in spades. However, when it came to re-engaging, we just absolutely collapsed. Whenever that ball doinked off of whomever it did, and the interception took place, and they tied the game up, the team just deflated. I looked at the sideline and I saw Garoppolo being Garoppolo, doing Jimmy G stuff, um, glad handing, smiling, engaging with his teammates. What I wanted to see and what we've been clamoring for is that guy that we can't stand, TB12. He would be going face to face, person to person, down the line from one end to the other, getting in guys' grills, talking about let's go and firing people up and challenging them to their faces. I don't need anybody to be a cheerleader whenever we just shit the bed. And I'm the guy that actually, uh, bent over and squatted and copped off a couple of growlers in order for the bed to get steamed up. No, I need to say, hey, that was on me. Are you with me? Get on my back. Let's go out there and get this. And that didn't happen. Now, the other end of the praise, um, we didn't quit, but we didn't know how to compete either. So partial credit for staying with it, I guess. But it was just a thorough embarrassment. Like I said, just throw it on out, man. This one doesn't count. Burn all the video footage and let's just move forward, man. That's all I got on this game, man.
All right, Tyrone, it is your turn. You chose a turd sandwich, so that means constructive criticism, praise, then criticism.
I'm not happy at all with the performance we put out on the field. That's like I reiterate, I can take an L, but not an ass whooping. They're two totally different things. And not taking anything away from the Bills, I consider them on the upper echelon of the competition. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to do it. That's what I use as a gauge to see where we are. So hopefully, if we play better, then I got to hope. So yeah, we're going to be a threat in this season. But after that, I don't know. And going off what you said, Jadis, yeah, that we not showing any fight in the trenches, man. Both sides of the ball. The O line, the D line, they look like crap, man. That has to change tremendously. I love defense. Oz not showing me any flares of being, we can stop somebody, It's just not, man. That's my biggest worry this season. The only positive thing I have about this team right now is our kicker and our punter. I love them boys. They're doing their. It's like we paced and copied Sebastian and Shane.
That's right.
And took that spirit and put it into these two guys, and that But we gotta at least capitalize off them. Get into this field goal kicker's range. Like I say, if you can get across the 50 as close as you can to the 40-yard line, and if the offense can't do what they can do, this guy can give us 3 points. With AJ kicking, punting, like you say, he's gonna put it far. He's gonna get it. We just got to get down there and hit whoever got the ball. Don't let them run it back, 20 some plus yards or whatever. A lot of times it be out of the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll still run it 20 yards. And our guys need to stop that. I hate when we catch the ball in the end zone, they decide to try to run it out and don't get past the 10-yard line. I'm like, you could have took a knee and gave us better field, a field advantage. Please stop that. Quit thinking, yeah, I'm gonna shake and jog everybody else because I do it on Madden when I play at home. No, don't do that. Don't do that, man. Stop. And I'm trying to be a little positive about the coaching staff, but they not giving me nothing to work with, man. I'm already, I've been trying to get on a better, like, okay, let me just see what they got in year two. Patrick Graham's not showing me nothing, and McDaniels is not showing me anything, man. As being leaders and all that, and TB12, man, stay your ass in the suite. We don't need you to be just a celebrity cheerleader on the sideline. In his 20+ career, you've never seen anybody get hyped off him, getting them riled up on the sideline. I think the one time they had the camera on him, and he was, come on, guys. Nobody on the team was paying attention to him. Nobody. So he's not a good hype man. Stay in the suite. Let the camera zoom on you and Mark up there eating nachos, drinking beers, whatever, and whatever celebrity of the week we got joining in. So yeah, that's I gotta shake this one off, man. I gotta shake this one off.
I think he did hype someone up. They hyped the Bills up because the Bills must have saw him saying ruin their night, and it's like, you know what, we should ruin the Raiders' night. That's what we should.
I knew it was
As soon as I thought, you know what, this might be it. This might be, but then as soon as Jerome said, hey, TB12, don't be a hype man. I was like, we gotta do it. We gotta do it.
So I did see a short. I did see a short on YouTube playing that. He did that again this game.
Yeah, I know, right?
I thought that was a replay from the pregame, the preseason with the Cowboys. I know he said it then, and we lost bad. So he did it again against this game. Somebody need to get in his face and be like, "Hey, don't do that no more." That needs to be the last time. Hey, I hate to sound superstitious, but hey, once is a coincidence. After twice, it's starting to show a pattern. Don't do it anymore.
Show the pattern.
All right. Well, that is our bacon, praise burger, and turd sandwich session right there. We'll go and have to munch on that for a bit.
Yes,
well, gentlemen, let's shake this off. Shake it like a bad habit. Freaking dust it off our shoulders because we pimping. We got a game next week at Allegiant Stadium, our season home debut.
Home opener, baby.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wheeler.
Our arch nemesis. The people that think that black and yellow is something cool when really it's black and silver. Well,
that's right. Mustard and cold.
Obviously,
yes.
Obviously, right now we are 1-1 in the season. It looks like we are going to be tied. Yeah, we're already going to be tied for first place in the division against the dreaded the Chiefs and everything. And it looks.
But honestly, we're still atop the division because we have a division win, so we're like 1A.
Ooh, okay. Wow. I was about to give my wife's team a praise because they was doing their thing. She just showed me they're tied up right now, so
they're tied up.
Yeah, 21-21.
No.
Ebony,
what do you think about that?
It's time, Ebony. Come on, Ebony. Just join. Just join us. Just do it. Just join us. Just join us.
It was enough
It
for
is your
Raiders on the cruise
de- it is your destiny.
ship.
So let's see. Did Pittsburgh play today yet?
No, they play on Monday.
They play on Monday. Okay, so they could be
Who they
one
got?
and one. They could be 1-1 with
They're
us, or they
hosting
could be 0-2.
Cleveland. They're
Either
hosting
way,
Cleveland. And Cleveland's bringing their whole defense with them. So I look
either
for that to be a painful event.
either way, Pittsburgh is on the down. They look like they're trying to hold on, but I don't think they're going to be able to do what to keep on with that streak that they have for Mike Tomlin in making sure that he ends up with just nothing but above 500 seasons.
Yeah.
So, what are you expecting out of this game, Aaron?
You know how I get down. To quote Clubber Lang, pain,
Pain.
pain.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we are going to mollywop the Steelers. They are the ultimate get right game. We're catching them at the right time. They're coming off of a short week. And I don't know how closely you've been paying attention to, a lot of the media storylines. And yes, I do believe that the league is scripted, Lil Wayne. Um, how they talked about the Raiders this season have more games against teams coming off short weeks than any other team in recent history. So that's going to be the first time that we play. Well, actually, the second. Today was a game against a team coming off of a short week, but we played them at home. Now we're going to play a team coming off a short week, but we're going to host them. And Tyrone made a good point. It might be 75% Steelers up in there, which I seriously doubt. But even if it's 50-50, 60-40, whatever the case may be, we going to put that ass whooping on them. Take that to the bank. Go get your parlays up. If you have to online bank, if you have to offshore, what do you call a wager? Do whatever you must do, but put it on the Raiders to cover and take the over because the Steelers aren't going to score that much, but the Raiders are absolutely going to go bananas. I got DA-17 not being in the full concussion protocol. I got Josh Jacobs getting his groove back, and they've got a decent defense. However, they don't have the offense to keep that defense off the field, and we're simply going to wear that ass out. Call it prime night, homies.
Mm, mm.
All right, Tyrone, your thoughts on what's going to happen for this game?
Hey, I'm feeling cute, dog. He inspired me right then with that speech. I'm leaning on that. I'm gonna ride on his curtails, man. I'm holding on to your cape, baby. Yeah, fly me high with that. I'm feeling that. I just going off what we done put on tape these past 2 weeks. I don't think nobody's scared of us. You know, even though I did say, I felt like we're a teeter-totter team. I feel we can beat a good team, we can lose against a bad team. We can go either way. I still feel we're in that echelon. We need Myers back. We need Devontae to play. We need that pick your poison offense to put some points up. Defensively, man, I don't know what they need to do to get motivated. They need to find it. They definitely need to find it. I think we were all texting earlier. Who was that? Was that Johnny from Vegas that said, they were bragging about their weight room facility?
Mm-hmm.
And
No,
I'm
that was
like,
me, Doc. That was me,
I
Doc.
don't think. Oh, that was you. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling you on that, man. I don't think nobody's using it, at least not in the right way. They're just using
The
it to
right
get the
way.
chest so they can look good with the shirts off, man. I need you boys to
Mm.
pull some power and start
Yeah,
slamming
yeah.
people on the ground. I don't need you to show
Yeah.
your six abs and make your chest jump like you what's his name, Terry Crews and stuff like that. Nah, man, I need some dogs on the field, man. I need some hitters. I need
Mm-hmm.
some new version of Jack Tatum. I need
Come
a
on.
Greg Townsend.
Come
I
on.
need a Howie Long. Where those guys at? We paste and copy in the wrong pieces. I'm glad we got us a new Sebastian Janikowski and Shane Leckler. But yeah, I need some defenses, man. I need Soul Patrol back.
Come on, man.
Mm.
That's what I'm
From
waiting on.
inline
The
to
new age
inline,
Soul Patrol, man.
They,
sideline to sideline.
they need to.
Yeah, yeah. Where our Lester Hayes at? Where our new Mike Haynes at?
Come on, man. Look, I'll even take a Romanowski. Give me somebody who's gonna get down and
Yes,
dirty. I'll take that.
yes. Thank
I don't
you.
need these nice guys, man, going out there and getting wrecked on national
Shaking
TV, man.
hands and
Yeah,
trading jerseys at the end of the game. Nah, man.
yeah. Look,
Mm-mm.
Mary got a penalty because Josh Allen ran and dove headfirst and didn't slide. He put his shoulder into him, got the penalty anyway. Well, raise the elbow with the shoulder. If you're going to get a 15-yard penalty, get it with aggression. Man, I'm so sick of this light-skinned looking man. He looked like one of the Millies of the Vanillis, man, because he looked like Tarzan, but bruh, play like Jane. I don't need that,
Mm,
man. I need you to be the king of
mm.
the jungle, man. I don't need you, you know what I'm saying, gripping and and licking on the vine sideways.
Got
Don't
Kenny
do that,
Stills
Bobby.
about to
It ain't
fall
manly,
in the
bro.
chair.
Don't do that.
Uh,
Don't do
that was a
that.
beautiful analogy. Beautiful analogy.
But
Yeah.
no, you're right though. We need these guys in that weight room. I mean, again, what is something that people were so that was it? Gino Upshaw at one point described one of Matt Millen's workouts, and that was a
Okay.
freaking when he took the freaking the dumbbell bar and did curls and curls and curls until they couldn't freaking lift their arms no more.
They can
That's
barely lift a 12-ounce beer,
that's
but
what they
somehow
need
they
to
did it.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think them guys touching the weights, man. They spending more time in the hot tub and the
Oh
ice
man.
bath and posing
Yeah.
in front of the mirror.
Oh, come on,
Man,
man. Yeah.
Well,
we
Putting
got
on
nobody
Versace
with power, man.
silk
Nobody.
shirts, wearing
mm-hmm,
them Versace's.
mm-hmm.
Man, come on, man. Look,
But
I don't need you to be spectacular. I need you to be spectacular. I
yes,
need you to go ahead and bring that lumber on Sundays, occasionally Mondays, and if need be, Thursdays. And I don't need you to be looking the part on Friday evenings out there on the strip, out there, at these restaurants or these clubs and stuff. I don't care what you look like in that Gucci gear. What I need you to do is get Gucci in that damn win column. Do that
yeah,
because we won and
Mm-hmm.
one, and we should be 2-0. Now let some haters say it. Okay, 0-2, but bruh, we knew he was going to handle business up there in the Mile High. But don't just make a flight and then don't show for the game. That's unacceptable. That's old shit. That's what we're trying to get away from. And
Yeah.
McDaniels
mm-hmm.
didn't get a clue. Just can't stand that cat, man.
Exactly. And then my thing is going to be is that this is going to be again. I penciled this in as a win or red from the get go. I thought we were going to start off 0-2, but they proved me
Okay.
wrong at Mile High. They proved me wrong. So I
You were
know
a little
that we're
grumpy.
going
You were a
to.
little too grumpy with
Mm,
that prognostication.
mm-hmm. Yes, I
Or too
was.
grumpy.
Yes, I was.
You
But
dial it back.
this game, though, I knew was going to be, it should keyword be a win
Yeah.
because they have Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett has not yet filled in the shoes
Who?
that Kenny Pickett, the
Oh, he's gonna
quarterback,
show his ass
the
off. Look, he's gonna
quarterback
show his ass
for
Show him on
the
that.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's their quarterback. I
Kenny
have never
Pickett.
heard
Apparently,
it.
All right.
him and
You see how
his
But
big
see,
my head's on?
we
You
don't
see how
need to
big my
go out
head's on?
and let him do what Greer did in the preseason game. We made Greer look like the second coming of Troy Aikman.
mhm.
You sure
We don't
did.
Now,
need to make this new, and we're the type of team that'll do that. We'll go out there and Kenny Pickett had the best game of his life.
mm-hmm. Now,
Oh.
going off that though, Kenny Pickett has not gotten to that level that Big Ben is. It's going to take him a while. He might not even be it. So already the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be down one because they don't have Jimmy Garoppolo. All right? Jimmy Garoppolo is a better quarterback. Not only that, but there are no star wide receivers for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're just players.
But they still got that tank of a running back.
They do have a running back.
Still got a tank of a running back. And I hate to piss on the parade, but the Rams game. I'm talking about that's like a knife.
Okay.
That's a wound that it hadn't healed yet.
Right.
Okay.
When Baker Mayfield,
We
who was
resurrected him.
already dubbed a bad quarterback, showed up 2 days before the game.
2
days. No
we got him
Cooper
a
Cup.
contract.
No
That
Cooper
gave
Cup.
away
So
that.
they didn't have their number one receiver, and they didn't have their number one guy on defense, Aaron Donald. And we still lost.
And Jeff Saturday showed up 7 days before our game against them at home.
Yeah.
And put the L on us too.
Okay.
Man, come on.
Okay. Well, I
Preparation.
do say though that their defense does cause a concern. TJ Watt is it for them, and definitely if TJ Watt is healthy, ready to go, I mean, he's definitely a Max Crosby wearing black and gold.
You know what? TJ Watt is a Max Crosby that is not quite as blockable. That's my assessment.
Mm-hmm.
They're virtually the same player, but for whatever reason, he doesn't has held up or blocked quite as frequently as our beloved number 99. That's just a friggin' fact.
98.
No, he don't get that jersey back until he gets a sack. So he gonna be 97. He might be 99. He might be Agent 9.
Oh, okay.
All I know is he ain't even getting his own jersey back till he gets a sack.
Okay.
He went over today, and there were opportunities. I watched Micah Parsons, number 11. I know what number he is because I know what the opposition's numbers are. My thing and my point is, I'm watching these other top tier edge rushers make a living in the other team's backfields, and I'm watching our number 98, if you want to call him that, get blocked, held, chipped, flattened, pancaked with regularity. Max, love you to death, love the effort, but you looked a little tired today, bruh. And you set a defensive tone today, bruh, because you couldn't disengage. You couldn't get off block. You couldn't chase down the offensive players today. You didn't bat down any balls. After you saw Jimmy Garoppolo get his pass batted into the air for an INT, your ass should have been on a pogo trying to, emulate what you had saw go against your team in order to make it go for your team. But no, he didn't do that. And nobody's taking Max Crosby, number 97, to task. And I'm going to do it because nobody else will. Max, you're that dude, you're that inspiration, but you can't just be taking games off. And I know outwardly you didn't, but performance-wise, and I just had Kiljadis read the stats, performance-wise, you fucking did. You fucking did. You fucking did, bro.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. That's a terrific
got
point.
The same number of sacks today. Me and Max Crosby got the same number of sacks. I got a bottle of tequila. The same number of sacks.
You about to hit the sack. No, you're right. You're right. And
absolutely.
And until
one sack, that I don't understand that. And a defensive coordinator that is going out of his way in order to scheme you up and you don't perform, I don't care if you got a kid on the other side. You know, what we used to be able to do with our defenders was move them all over the line. Okay, we moved Max from the run side to the weak side. How can we not standing this guy up? We need to take tape of Micah Parsons, just a host of other more effective pass rushers, and do what they do. Whatever scheme they dialed up, do that. Line him up at Mike linebacker. Line him up at Will. Put him in a 3 technique. Put him over a guard. Put him in a 5 technique. But what's doing? I'm just.
Yep.
I'm just tired of the
you're preaching the truth. You're preaching the truth because It's
because
like
we took
what they call the
basically the past.
definition of insanity. We keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Mm-hmm.
I watched them line up Micah Parsons in the second drive of the game. Jets had the ball. They put him at a 7. He's at a 7 tech. He's over top of the defensive end. So what they did is they did a hard jab to the outside, and then he used his speed in order to filtrate in through the one gap. And he ended up taking Little Wilson's head off. Why don't you do that? It's almost like a naked stunt where you're not stunning with an opposing defender on the D line. They just did a jab step and he just killed this cat. Yet I continually watch us waste Max Crosby with his hand on the ground going up against a guy invariably 30 to 40 pounds more than him every damn play. You're not going to overpower him. He has no bull rush. He just doesn't. Once again, we're going back to that weight. And
Mm-hmm.
he's got an effective spin move, but that's about it, which means you need to put him in different places. Give the offense something to think about. We're not doing that. All we're doing is talking about everybody else on the defense at the linebacking level and the secondary, but we're not talking about right there where we engage, right there at the line of scrimmage. We're losing that, man. And we paying this guy a lot of money. We paying him Mac money. We paying him the money that we should have paid Mac.
Let me ask y'all this: how do y'all feel about like you just said? It's like we're stuck on this is what we practice, this is what we're gonna do, versus watching tape of our opponent and figuring out where we match up better against them. It seems to me we don't do that. Pick out their weak areas and attack that. I'm talking about offensively and defensively.
Hmm. I mean, it makes sense for us to try to exploit whatever they can give us, but then that's the one thing that seems to be the problem. And back in the old days, we would take whatever we wanted, and it didn't matter how they tried to stop us. We'd take what we want. But I mean, hey, if they're gonna give us some kind of weakness, that we need to at least exploit it.
Yeah, that's what I agree. Our old way was take what we want, but when you see that's not happening, we're not able to do that. It's like we have no way, we have no adjustment.
There is no plan B.
Yeah. Okay, we can't take this. We can't. They're doubling this guy. Okay, let's like you say, move Max to a different area. Have them. They need to put somebody that can shadow him. Always got to keep an eye on him. You need that guy that keep the quarterback worried. Okay, which side of the field is he coming from? We have nobody like that. Or we
We
not,
blitzed. We
creating
blitzed like
plays
twice.
to that or something.
I think we blitzed twice today.
Hmm.
Once was a delayed blitz, and Diablo actually got a sack off of it. And the other time we blitzed, they picked it up and they threw it to Diggs for a first down on like 3rd and 4. So if we blitz twice and we have a 50% success rate, why wouldn't we do that more? Or here's something: why don't we at least, run up to the line like we're going to blitz and then fall out of it? We don't even do that. We don't even show blitz and fall out of it. We don't show blitz and then go into a zone defense. We don't even blitz enough for a blitz to be a threat whenever we're not going to blitz. So I'm scratching my head, man. I think we got a good defensive coordinator, but I think
Oh, look out, guys! We just had that happen. Hold on, we'll take a break. Yeah, we ran out of time at that meeting. All right. All right, let's refocus here. Q Dog, continue what you were talking about. We cheap
I mean, I
here.
just did a whole look. I did a whole bunch of cussing, man. So I'm glad that you ended.
Yeah.
Man, it was some MFs and SOBs and all kinds of
But
stuff.
you know what though,
Man, I tell you what.
no, but you are completely right on the fact that listen, our star players need to at least put up their numbers. Even whether we win or we lost, they need to put up their respective numbers. So for Crosby, we expect
Yes.
3 or more sacks a game.
Or at least pressures.
Yes.
At least pressures.
At least get some pressures in there, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Adams needs to have at least over 100 yards receiving. Jacobs needs at least
no less than 8 catches.
Yeah.
No less.
And Jacobs needs at least 20 rushes or at least over 100 rushing yards.
Right.
And if he can't get 100 rushing yards, then he damn near should have 80 receiving yards. Kind of like he did today. He needs to continue to be that dual threat because, Tyrone was right earlier in the broadcast. There is no plan B. Now, I would like to see Abdullah step up more, but the Zeus train has left the station and ain't never coming back. That dude is tricky trash. Trash. He need to come on over here, sit down on the couch with me, pass this bottle around, because he damn sure don't need to be playing no more football. He need to sit down here and have a drink and rethink a whole bunch of shit that ain't gonna work out for him in the future, like being a Raider.
Yeah, Brandon Bolden, like I said before, he's just occupying a roster spot. Man.
He sure is too. I don't know what they do.
How we only have 2 backup offensive linemen.
Yeah.
That when they announced that didn't make any sense to me. I don't remember last time there's only 2 backup offensive linemen, and you're going to praise one of them because he can play left guard, center, or right guard. He's good. Okay, I get that, but I still feel you need to lead somebody else who can be left tackle or the left guard. You need somebody who can be the right tackle or the right guard. You need at least 4 backup O linemen.
Correct.
Because these guys we got now, I don't know who's new on the line. That is it Roden? And everybody else was pretty much there last year, right? I think it's Van Roden. I believe he's the only new guy that's starting. Miller's still there. Parham's still there. James still the center, and then Illuminar at the right tackle.
James is. I want to say James.
Maybe, James was our center last year.
Yeah, James was our center last year. Okay. So yeah, you got Van Roden.
Yeah, he's a new piece.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Roden's the only one that I see that is brand new.
So why we can't open these lanes for Jacob? I mean, is it the play calling? I mean,
is it the play calling? Are you too weak?
Yeah.
Like
nobody using the weight room? I mean,
Nobody.
Get your goddamn. You better get your freaking squats in.
They're using the buffet, but they are not using the weight. I don't
like it. I do not like it. But either way, they need to. I mean, this is a good wake up call for us. So it's like, okay, like, get good, because we got 15 more games to go.
Yeah. Maybe, like you said, yeah, maybe, hopefully, yeah, this is a wake up call. Maybe they, last week when they got a little too uppity in themselves, feeling themselves. Yeah, they needed this slap in the face to understand, man. Teams are not just gonna let us win.
Shit, the refs ain't gonna let us win, and that's a great
Yeah,
segue. How about them trash ass calls, man? They set the tone early. The league office calls to overturn a PI, then calls right back to overturn the catch that was granted in lieu of the PI. Man, if I don't know if the Illuminati's got a hand in this shit, they done proved it today, and I done seen the light. This is some bullshit. Man,
yeah.
the Bills need no help, and they got some help from the league office, man. So right after that doggone doink interception, then the PI that was not, man, you knew the fix was in, man. So like I said, don't really give too much of a rip putting this shit behind me because when I saw it yesterday and then into today, and I put it in the chat that out of all the the percentages that the four-letter network assigned to various games, our game had the highest percentage of loss rate against us, 71%, and the next one closest to us like 68, 65, and that was the Texans losing at home. Come on, bro, you knew that the fix was in, and they made sure that they set the tone early.
Yeah.
The first touchdown to DA 17, somebody's like, "Oh no, we ain't gonna let this happen," and
No. It's
they made
blatant.
sure.
They don't even hide it anymore. They don't even hide it. It ain't even
But
it's not even being slick about it, man. They'll throw a flag on
but
us and be
that's
like, what you gonna do about it?
Yeah, what are you
well,
gonna do about it?
well that's the thing right there. Right there. We the Raiders. We need to go back to that old adage that we used to be as Raiders. The
Yeah, if
Raiders
you're gonna
stepped
flag
onto
us,
the
we're gonna
field.
give you something to flag us
The
for.
the Ra-
If you don't flag us, we're gonna show you what a flag is about.
the
You doggone
Raiders
right.
the Raiders stepped onto the freaking field,
Yes.
and they under the mentality that it was going to be an 18 on 11 game.
Every game.
Every game
Every game.
it was going to be 18 versus 11, and it didn't matter. We were still going to win. And that's what this team needs to get back to doing. Like, again,
Let me ride on your coattail, Killer J. I feel that, but I also feel that's part of the problem. We don't have enough players that embrace being Raiders. They're just football players collecting a check. This is just a uniform they wear to come to work. You don't have enough attitudes that we are the motherfucking Raiders.
Yeah.
They don't. They don't. It's like they don't even listen to. We got a great alumni. I know a lot of those guys are still around there. Telling them how things used to be, giving them words of advice, and I don't see too many embracing it. You can probably
Mm.
count on one hand how many
Yeah.
that's actually proud to be a Raider. Not the fact that they're playing pro football, but they are
Yeah.
part of this organization. The
Mhm.
name means something to them, man.
mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I hate to, say it like in a negative way, but these supposed to be like gang colors, man. You supposed to rep for yours.
You ain't
Facts.
lying. You ain't lying.
100%. Gangs wear our colors. How about that?
Yes, yes.
Hell,
Most
How about that?
definitely.
hell a rap group wore our freaking colors.
Yeah, still do.
Yeah.
There you go.
pull up your latest video of Ice Cube and see what's on top of his head. Or who the guy to be on there with Dub C?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, look,
They got a
I was on YouTube, man.
podcast.
Look, even Fabulous, he had on a Raider jacket talking about. I was watching YouTube. He had a Raider jacket on, talking about P Diddy trying to reach for his nuts or some stuff, allegedly.
Look at TJ Maxx. Yeah, TJ Maxx in the spot.
FABLOE.
mm-hmm.
I saw a Throwback Thursday picture the other day with Chuck D. Had it on his head, with Public Enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even Biggie, Notorious B.I.G. He wore Raiders gear.
True. Very true.
All right. Well,
Yeah, but
Tyrone,
enough, man.
what's your final
Yes, sir.
score? What's the final score going to be?
Next week, man, I'm scared of it, but I feel it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna come down. It's gonna be a one score game, and I feel we. Oh man, I need my real DC to step up. Goss is gonna win it for us at the end. I'm gonna say 27-24.
Okay, Aaron.
See, I was going to throw that 27 number out there too. So I'm going to say it's a little more high scoring affair. I'm going to go 31-19. Yeah, I'm going to go a weird 31-19. Put a real weird score out there. There's going to be a lot of field goals next week. 31-19.
I'm thinking it's going to be 28-20. 28-20.
Okay.
I think we'll it'll be one of those where I don't know where they're gonna be like, I'm not comfortable, but I'm also comfortable kind of leads. I think it's gonna be like that.
This week, like I say, I feel 75% of the fan base is gonna be dressed like bumblebees. So our team, they need to practice with crowd noise. Because when Garoppolo and them get out there, it's going to be loud.
Yeah.
And we don't need everybody, oh man, hey, I can already see Jermaine Illuminor with about 3 false starts.
Hey,
So they need to be practicing this week. Crank the speakers up as loud as they can get them and pump it in there and see if everybody can get on this right page on that snap, man. Because we don't need to be marching the wrong way down the field. Oh yeah, that's nice. I love that. But
There's a better towel, by the way. There's a definitely a better towel than what they got.
Yes sir. Yes sir. Yeah, they're gonna be waving all that yellow toilet tissue paper next weekend, man. It's gonna be. It's gonna litter. We need to make them litter the floor of the Death Star. Like they don't even want to take them home. They're just gonna leave them. After they wipe their tears away, just leave them at the feet of their seats.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that is it for today's stream. Do you have any last words to say, Raider Roan?
Yeah, just win, baby. Go Raiders!
Mm-hmm. Q Dog.
The Raiders continue to be your mama's favorite team, no matter who your mama is. Don't ever forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you both for coming on here to talk and everything. Raider Nation, let's just remember one thing, and that is, just because the Raiders aren't living up to the creed doesn't mean that we can't. All right. Let's go ahead and put forth some excellence in everything you do. A commitment to excellence, whether it be in work, whether it be in schooling, whether it be in marriage, whether it be your faith in God. Let's have a commitment to that. Make sure you do Raider rule number 1. That is, whatever, at any cost, do what you can, do whatever it takes to win. And of course, as usual, just win, baby. On behalf of Aaron the Q Dog Raider and Tyrone Graves, as well as you got me, KillJS907, you got Raider Roo, Raider Ramon, Tider Raider, Johnny in Vegas, and Sugar Shane. Thank you guys very much. This is a Sin City 7 stream, and we shall catch y'all later. Bye.
Joseph.